eBay consignment. Selling things for other people on eBay is a very viable business, but there are some things that you need to know before you say yes to your family member or your friend who says, "Can you sell this for me?" So first, consignment business. Have you considered selling things for other people on eBay? I know that was a game changer for me over 16 years ago when I started my eBay business and started running out of things to resell online, but I needed to make the money so I could stay home with my little girl. So I was desperate to continue to look for places, sources of inventory, and that's where I came across eBay consignment. Selling things for other people on eBay is a very viable business, but there are some things that you need to know before you say yes to your family member or your friend who says, "Can you sell this for me?" So first, I would say you want to have experience already selling on eBay. It doesn't have to be a lot of items, but I do recommend for you to at least sell some things around your house, at least get the feel for the full eBay sales cycle, doing the photography, making your listings, responding to best offers, package and shipping, building up your feedback score, and then of course where to find more inventory. So doing that first, learning that eBay sales cycle is key. The second thing is this going to be something that you want to do? You're going to be taking on the responsibility of somebody else's item into your home. I would recommend, the way I like to do it is when someone comes to me and says, "Will you please sell this item for me on eBay?" First, I vet the item. Is it a good item to resell on eBay? Because of your experience getting some things sold, you will start learning what are good things to sell on eBay. This is going to be vital for you to decide whether to vet that item, and is this something that you want to bring back to your home office and start working on and listing on eBay for them? Or is it something that you politely say, it's a great item, but it's just not a great item for reselling on eBay? Unfortunately, I had to do that this week with one of my eBay clients. There was several items that I gathered she had all ready for me when I went to her home and said, "Hey Michelle, I have another pickup for you." So she usually has a lot of wonderful collectibles. Now in this batch of items, she did say, "Now listen, I know that these may not be good items to resell on eBay. It's okay, I'll just donate them if they're not good." And so just out of ease, I went ahead and took the stuff with me and said, "I'll look at it." She lives in my neighborhood, so it wasn't far for me to say, let me just take it home, I'll look at the items, see if it's a good item to resell on eBay, and then I'll let you know. So I did have to return a couple of items, and I have to say that this is going to be vital for you to learn to vet if it's a good item to resell or not, because you would hate to have to do all of this work, getting those items listed, first, getting it into your inventory system, making the records, giving it to your consignment client that you've intake this item, you're taking on the responsibility and the risk. And I don't want to sound scary about it, but there is risk involved. You are then now responsible for their item. So you want to make sure you protect it and have it in a place that the dog can't chew it up, that smoke won't get to it, that it won't get wet, that it won't get moldy, those type of things. So you want to be able to vet the item. You want to look and see, is it a good item to resell on eBay? Are there good sold comps that are showing that this item is selling in a range that is enough for you to be able to make a profit? Because as consignment sellers, we take a % off of the sold item. I don't charge my client. If that item doesn't sell on eBay, they're not getting a bill from me at all in regards to that. They just get their item back and like, "Here, I'm the expert. I should have known better," or "The market changed on this particular item. Thank you for the opportunity. Here's your item back." But just having that item in your care, taking the time to be able to sell it, you need to know your cost involved. So that's where coming in to having some experience reselling on eBay is important, because you're going to see your eBay fees, your PayPal fees, your shipping fees. You're going to be able to decide, are you going to do free shipping, or are you going to have the buyer pay for the shipping? So these are things that you need to know, because once that you have an item, you have the total sold of the item. Then you're going to want to deduct the eBay and the PayPal fees, or if you're into the managed payments yet with eBay. And then from there, I usually estimate about 13% for that. It really does depend on the category and stuff, so it's not a firm number. I always get the firm numbers after the item has sold. I pull the reports and I record it that way. I go into more detail on that on my consignment course, but basically you just take your total sold minus your eBay, your PayPal fees, minus your sales tax, and then also minus your actual shipping. So I do charge for shipping. So that is up and above when I list an item for eBay. I have done it both ways, and I have to say not one way or the other is the right way. It's just what you decide to do is good for your business. So for my business, I've gone back and forth on free shipping or charging for it, and I take into consideration the full market value for this item. When I take it on, I look at the comparables. The other ones that I have sold, did they charge for shipping or not? And so if they did not charge for shipping and they were free shipping, then I take that in consideration. I'm like, well, if I'm charging shipping, then this is the net amount that I should list this item for. I had something just yesterday. I sold an item for somebody, and of course, if it was in my state, I live in Orlando, Florida. If I sold it, when I sold the same exact item about a week ago, it was like $8-10 to ship it. But this one that I sold, they were in California, and California is on the other side of the country, and that means that shipping rate is a lot higher. So I don't like doing flat rate, and I don't like doing I don't like doing a flat fee on my shipping, and I don't like doing the free shipping because it varies. So I do the calculated shipping. So when you have a consignment item that you have sold for a customer, I'll take the total sold minus the eBay, the PayPal, sales tax, and you do need to be doing sales tax if you're a business, and then the actual shipping. And then that net amount, that's where I'll take my percent off. You can do this either way. I put myself in the customer's shoes, and they're already paying, they're paying a premium to have someone sell their item for them on eBay. I would not say at all that I'm expensive, but they're basically, they're letting someone else provide a service for them. So I'm already, they're already having, the eBay fees taken out, the PayPal fees, the shipping fees, and then the consignment fee. So I take my percent off the net amount after the fees have been taken out. I do vary it based on a tiered structure, and I have a pretty set schedule, but friends and family, I'll deduct it a bit, and it depends on the item. I just sold a motorcycle recently. You're not going to charge 30-40% off the motorcycle. Oh my gosh, that would be a great profit, but it's just too much. So you do vary based on the levels of what your, the sold amount. So I do mine based on if it sells up to 100, I'll do this percent. If it goes 101 to, 200, I have it all. I have some spreadsheets that I've developed for this that has a tiered structure, and my consignment clients are able, or my students are able to go in and edit it based on their business. So the next thing you're going to want to know when you're doing a consignment business, records, guys. We're going to have to keep track of records, and it's not forever. Having a business, you got to keep track of your numbers anyways, right? But having a consignment business, you have a lot more records to keep track of. But I have found, do a little bit all the time. Like if I sell an item, I just stop right there and I do the numbers and I pop it in my spreadsheet and I'm done. And I share that spreadsheet, that Google link. It's a Google sheet. I'll share it with my clients. So they have it on the view only. Don't do it the edit, but I do view only so that they can see the sales process. They get excited about it. It's fun for them to see. And that's how I can keep track also of what items I've paid, already paid the client for, and what items do I owe. Now, this is a big tip, and this is worth the whole video right here. As an eBay seller, to be able to have a high eBay score and to be able to make sure that you're a top seller or a power seller, which I've been all of those. I have a lot more on my plate right now, so I'm not doing the volume that I used to, but it's just a matter of wash, rinse, repeat. You know, I can scale it back up whenever I want, which is nice. But when you want to keep your eBay seller status at a high level, you are required to offer returns. eBay has really worked hard on trying to raise its market appeal in comparison to Amazon. A lot of buyers are savvy today in the sense that they expect returns, because if you have Amazon Prime, which I do and we use all the time, as a buyer, I like the convenience of being able to return an item if it doesn't fit, if it's not, if it's just not the right color, that type of thing. So having returns is something that eBay values highly. So if you as a seller offer returns, they do reward you in your seller status in that regards. It's one of the qualifications to become a top seller. So I do offer returns, but this is tricky. I only put on there that if the item is defective, if it's not, if for some reason I listed it this way and you got it and it wasn't broke during shipping, but something's wrong with it, or if I made a mistake on my listing, let's say I said it was a size 8 pair of shoes and God forbid I shipped them the 8.5 pair, that type of thing, they're not going to I'm going to take care of them. But if it's something where they're like, well, I just don't feel like I just want to return it. In my return policy, that I do not accept returns that way. So you can set up your returns. You can make your own return policy. Now, I'm saying all of this to say, when you're a consignment business, that adds a whole nother level of kind of trickiness, because you don't want to pay your client for the proceeds of that sale until the 30 days or however time the return time that you have set up has been met. Because God forbid you pay your client for the item and then the person who bought the item wants a return, and now you're stuck with the money. Not only have you done all the work, but you're stuck without the money. Not only have you done all the work, but now you have to pay out, and you've cost time and money, and you don't want a bad experience for your client as well. Or you're like, sorry, I paid you, but I need that money back. That's just not good business. So I have learned that you make sure that on those spreadsheets, I have it set where, and they're really cool. Like I said, I've developed them over the last couple of years. But you can go on and it tells you when you sold the item, so that you can have it alerted, so that you can mark a different color on that line, so that when the 30 days is up and you need to pay your client. There are things that you need to do as a consignment client as well, that to set yourself up for success. I have been in the dental industry as well since, I was 15, and I don't mind saying I'll be 47 this year. And over the years I've been in business, as a practice administrator for 2 dental practices, and also during the period of time where I was full-time eBay, and now I love eBay and I continue to do it, but I also love to teach you guys, and I have my course. I have a lot going on. But I have learned in business, the best thing to do is set yourself up for success. Whenever we have patients come into the practice, whenever I have forms that I design, and consent forms and different things like that, you want to make sure that you present all the facts up front. You want to try to prevent anyone from, if it's something that's foreseeable that could possibly happen, prepare the customer, prepare the client, prepare the patient, so that they have a great experience. You're setting them up for success, so that for an example, in my dental world, so to say, I have a patient who we filed insurance for. I prepare them ahead of time and say, listen, There's a possibility, this is just an estimate. If for some reason your dental insurance doesn't pay this, you know ultimately as the patient you're responsible for this full amount. Filing insurance is a courtesy that we provide a service, but you ultimately are responsible. That one thing that I added to our forms years ago has made a world of difference. I'm very, very proud of our practice in the sense that we have fantastic reviews, and the most important, we take care of the people. We put ourselves in their shoes. How would you want to be treated? You want to be treated with excellence. So we as consignment clients, or excuse me, as a consignment business, we want to treat our clients and the buyers that are buying the items from us for our clients, we want to treat them as though it was ourselves. How would we want to be treated? So I always tell my clients ahead of time when I'm starting to listen, I will pay out after the 30-day return period has been met. I have been toying around with the idea, and I need to reach out to eBay and see if I have a client that just does not want returns to be a part of the sales process. How bad will that hurt my account? Is that something that I can offer? So something to think about, chew on. The cool thing about business is it's always changing. You need to be adapting and flowing with it. I am excited I have a beta class that has begun. I've already finished the one course, and that's more of a beginner. So if you've already been selling on eBay, my Starting Your Own Successful eBay Business course probably isn't for you because you've already started that. I mean, you can always, we can always learn from each other in different ways that people do things. But the next one is the beta course, is my eBay Consignment the Easy Way. I've had my ebook for many years, and I've done consulting and coaching as well. But I am excited because I'm starting to lay out different modules to help people that have been interested. I've got my most feedback from you guys on my consignment videos. So I figure that there's a need out there, and I'd like to be able to help you guys with that. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I am going to start doing a live video on YouTube and probably Facebook once a month, so be looking for those alerts. And you can sign up on my email list. It's in the description below. Ultimately though, guys, eBay Consignment is the way to go if you don't mind doing all the work in the front end and doing the record keeping. And it is a more of a customer, eBay itself is a customer service business, but it's even more because you're face to face. Not only do you have the buyer that's buying your item that you're taking care of them, but you have your client that you're taking care of. So it's not for everyone, but for those that would enjoy that, I'm telling you guys, there is a lot of profit to be made. I don't have to run all over town anymore looking for items to resell, hoping that they'll sell so I can get my money back out of it. I just have to invest my time now and resell those items. And I'm selling items like iPhones and motorcycles and boat speakers, and I'm telling you guys, there's so much inventory out there for you to take advantage of and to be able to provide a service to your friends and family and neighbors, and as they continue to refer out, it continues to spread. There's so much out there. There's more business than anyone could handle. I'm telling you, everybody has something that they want to sell, and a lot of people are intimidated or just don't want to take the time to sell it on eBay. And also, you as the professional, you as the one that has the experience on eBay, you should have a much higher feedback score, so therefore it's going to be easier for you to sell those items for them than if they just opened an eBay account and just got started right away with a 0 or a 2 or 3 feedback score. Now everybody starts at somewhere, so if that is your situation right now, don't worry. There's definitely ways. Check out my video, I'll link it in the description below. That helps you to learn how to build up your feedback score. But as an eBay consignment business, that is a service that you're providing. You're providing a way for you to sell their items faster for them than if they were to just do it themselves and try to figure it out. So I hope this helped you guys. I'm going to be making some more videos of different ins and outs for eBay consignment. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss any of the videos. You like it? Give it a thumbs up. It really helps me. It lets me know that I'm providing service to you and value. You guys have a wonderful day. This is Michelle, Paladin Global Market. See you in the next video.